Hello, everyone. This is Dan Gramza, and welcome to dangramza.com Market Studies for Monday, July 6th. Well, what we see here is the S&P 500 on a daily chart. If you're not familiar with these videos, we're looking at swing trades, so you're trying to capture pieces of this momentum that you see in a market. A green line represents a buy level, a red line represents a sell level. A dash line means that's something that happened earlier in the week. And at dangramza.com, you can go back and watch for the last 10 years these daily charts, and you could see how these lines change over time. Well, to give you an example, the difference between that buy level to that sell level in the S&P is $2,400 a contract. Now we're going into a holiday weekend. We had a shortened session on Friday in these futures markets, and it tells us a calm close. That's the way I would look at it. No drama. It's a market getting ready. This market will open again Sunday night, 5 o'clock Chicago time. So it's behaving in a calm way. And I feel the same about the NASDAQ market. Dollar difference at buy to that sell level is $6,240 a contract. Again, we're looking for a sideways to higher move on Monday. When we see what's happening in the Dow, it made new highs, but it also backed off. We found some selling at those levels. I don't look for a huge move down, but be cautious. Feel the same way about, well, that's the Dow. Let's talk about the Russell, the small to mid cap stocks. In that marketplace, dollar difference sell to buy level there, just to give you a reference, is $350 a contract. That buy to sell level there is $150 a contract. Again, a calm close that we're seeing. I do look for follow through to the upside. The currencies, the euro, we're seeing the US dollar stay strong. That's what this gives us an indicator of. Dollar difference buy to sell level here, or sell to buy level, $250 a contract. And our friend the Swissy, dollar difference buy to sell level in that market, $250 a contract. Also, and again, I'm looking for a sideways to lower move. Same thing for our friend Mr. Yen. This is so cheap, but we're not seeing the kind of commitment to follow through that you'd want to see. Dollar difference buy to sell level there in that market is $262.50. When we look at the Aussie dollar, it's trying to hold its own, but can these buyers follow through? Monday will be important. British pound, a lot going on with our friends in the UK, and the dollar difference buy to sell level, $125 a contract. Buyers are here, but can they get the job done? When we look at our friends in Canada, the loonie, that currency, we're seeing an equal and opposite, which implies rejection. Again, longer term sideways move, but we're finding sellers at these levels. So the US dollar remains stronger. Bitcoin, buyers coming in. The big deal will be follow through the earlier part of this coming week, and that would be the expectation. And if we look at what's going on in the 10-year notes, the buy to sell level is $312.50 in that market. I'm looking for a sideways move here. I think the yields, that this is price, but the yields on the other side of this, I think could be increasing when we look at next week. Bonds, look for a sideways move in that market. Gold trying to work its way higher, depends on the yields. If yields increase, I think gold could come down. Same thing for silver. It's also firming up. Can the buyers follow through? That would be the expectation for that market. Fundamentals in copper are positive, but can this market show that? And so far it hasn't. Dollar difference buy to sell level $1,750 a contract. I'm looking for a sideways move in that market. Crude oil, we got crude flowing, so we're not seeing a shortage globally. We have plenty of crude out there. The attitudes are positive right now for that market. Dollar difference sell to buy level $190 a contract. Look for a sideways move in that market. Nat gas also, buyers are here. Ooh, and they should be because we produce more electricity in the United States with nat gas than any other commodity. But what do we expect here? Well, we got these hot temperatures, so increase in demand for electricity, and you would look for follow through. If the weather pattern changes, look for a sideways move in this market. Now, the dollar difference here between the buy and sell level in that market is $400 a contract. And in the grains, soybeans, corn, and wheat, we're not trading on Friday. Look for sideways moves on Monday. Well, those are my thoughts for today. Thank you for sharing your day with me. Look forward to being with you again. And as always, take care.